well, no, you can't have them this weekend because I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You can't call my phone. Or when you call the phone, you don't pick up, to talk to the kid.
Yeah.
And at this age, this kid was not able to have a phone. You know what I mean? Like, they're just not old enough to do that. But then now when you're down and out, you need some help. Yeah. You don't have a guy, this, that, and the third. Now you want to be extra kind. Oh, you want the kids this weekend? Oh, yeah, did you want to do...
X, Y, and Z.
Right. So, my concern with that is just for the simple fact that you're being very unstable. You're being very wishy-washy, fake and phony. But when what I can't seem to understand is that when you have someone, especially when they want to take care of their kid, when they understand that, hey, I am the dad here, these are my children, I'm going to take on that dad role and step up and be the parent that I'm supposed to be because why? These are my kids. Right. What is this again? Simply things that you're supposed to do. Right. We're not giving you any accolades for this or, giving you an award because, oh yeah, you took care. No, you're supposed to take care of your kids. That's right. When you have someone like that, why do you play the kids as a pawn role? Or, when you're good, just because, like I stated in the beginning, he's not with you anymore. Mm-hmm. Maybe he doesn't want to be with you or you guys had a really bad breakup and you're not together. But why is it that we take that old relationship that is no longer and use that against the father, and the method that you take to use it against the father are the children or the child or whatever you have in that situation? That's what I can't seem to understand why people do. And for my situation, my kid's dad did not even live in the same state. Right. So 24/7, I'm taking care of these kids.
You're doing what you're supposed to do as I
can't even get a 5-minute break. Right. Not even in the bathroom. Right. There's nowhere that I get a break. Not even today. Okay? Mm-hmm. Not even today. And these kids, 47 and 61, still can't get a break. But when you have someone who's willing and able to be like, hey, yeah, well, I'll take the kids. I'll have the kids this weekend or all week or whenever. If it's about the kids, hey, you just pick up that phone. And this is how this guy was. You pick up the phone and let me know. I'll come get the kids whenever you need it. As long as it's about the kids, I don't care. Right. If you want to go out, call me. Yeah, I'm going to watch my don't send them to anybody else. I'll drop what I'm doing. And this is how this guy was. Very genuine. Very authentic. Mm-hmm. But the mother in this situation was just like, and I'm like, I never understand this. Why do we have to be so angry, so cold-hearted? If you say you don't want this dude, which is always the claim to fame, then okay, show that you don't want them. Send the kid that way. Right. You guys don't have to sit up there and have full-blown conversations and laugh in each other's face and be buddy-buddy and go out and have drinks together, smoke a cigar. That's unnecessary. That's going beyond the scope of what needs to be done. But as long as you're both willing to be the parent to the child in the situation, why does it matter if she's got a guy, he's got a girl, he's moved on, you've moved on? It shouldn't matter in that situation. Why do we use each other like that? Or, what is the point of all of that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And not only have I encountered, that's been on multiple situations. I've seen that. And it's just utterly crazy and ridiculous. Yeah. I just don't understand where this comes from. Me, like I said, being a quote unquote, I don't even call myself that, but just for the spirit of this podcast, we will. Baby mama,
You're trying to get rid of kids. You're trying to get rid of kids. Yeah. And I always make the joke about this one. And I'm like, you can't say you don't need a break because, I know you need a break.
Yeah.
But what is it? Oprah had these moms on crystal meth. Talking about they left their kids in the desert, left their kids there. I said, guess what? I don't use any drugs, and I'm ready to leave my kids in the desert. I don't need drugs. I'm just tired. They're getting on my nerves. I don't need drugs to leave them on the side of the road, but I don't.
But yet they'll always go and be like, oh, well, can you watch Lil Ray Ray for 5 hours? I can't find his dad. And the dad is like staying home like, you could have just called me. And then making a bad name for this individual as well. Yeah. Like seriously, these types of relationships have to get better. If we as parents don't want to be in the home with the other parent, that's fine, and that's your choice. I guess you have that right, but at the same time, you need to make sure that you're creating not only a safe environment, but an environment in which the child sees two people that child loves unconditionally being able to get along and communicate. If you can't do it for real, pretend, fake it in front of the kid. But the child should never have to feel the brunt of all that, and I feel that they do when it happens. Yeah. When it happens like that, and it could be either way. I've seen, guys talk about like the mom so bad. I was in this one. It was terrible, and I just had to be like, "Why are you saying that about this kid's mom to the child? Why?" Calling her all sorts of names to the kid. So do you not think this kid is going to go back to the mom
and tell her
and say, "Daddy said you blah 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 blah," and then the mom's going to get mad? It's going to just keep going. It's going to be a tennis game. Going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth till somebody can't get it over the net. And those are the types of things that create unnecessary drama. Mm-hmm. Why do you dislike someone so bad enough to talk about them to the kid, but you didn't like it? You liked them long enough to make the kid. And I feel that that's the part that everybody forgets, whether it's intentional or unintentional. That's the part that everyone leaves out of the equation.
Well, I mean, because I could see them unfortunately talking about them if they're not doing anything, and unfortunately, you have a lot of men and or women.
But I still feel, even if they're not doing it, if they're not a good parent, good father, because we all talking about, you got baby daddies too in this situation. If they're not good, they're not doing their job as a parent. In my opinion, and this is my opinion only, you still should not talk about the parent to the kid or in front of the kid. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Let the child figure that out on their own. They're gonna grow up enough. They'll grow up to figure out fast enough that, Dad, you're trash. Yeah. Well, Mom, you don't have to go around and say that.
Well, found out. Someone super close to me was doing that, and all their life, that's what they told them. They're no good. They're this. They're that. They're the other. Mm-hmm. And wound up, his dad died, but before he died, he finally got a chance to talk to him.
And found out
that it wasn't.
That's like you watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? Those are my people. Atlanta. Okay, so you know Scrap DeLeon?
The one who just got back out of jail.
Out of prison, right? So he had a very similar conversation.
With who, that girl?
With his mom. No, with his mom.
Okay.
Because he was incarcerated, and I believe it goes, you can always rewind the episode. I believe it was, he got into a halfway house, he could come visit, but he couldn't go visit at his mom's house because his mom's a felon. Go figure.
Yes, right.
And they had only a relative could come get him out. He had a sister. So the mom contacted the sister, and he's like, all this time you knew I had a sister, so that means you knew where my dad was, but she told him the dad was dead.
I have seen that one.
You have to see it. It was a really good episode because it opens a lot of doors, because it's like, even with my kids, like I said, their dad lived in Florida. Mm-hmm. We live up here in Illinois. So the visiting didn't happen a lot. Neither, the phone calls and other things, what have you. Won't get into all of that.
Right.
But it's like, how do you feel not even having your parent around? That's so foreign to me, because we have both of our parents.
Right.
And it's always been like that. Everybody, all of our friends, it was a full family. Got mom and dad in the house with the kids. Mom and dad in the house with the kids. These folks over here, neighbors,
everybody who we knew, everybody we went,
right. So that was more of the norm. Now, of course, more of the norm is you have a lot of single family homes
or step parents,
right? Yeah. So to see this dude on TV like that, wow. It's like, so all this time, because you didn't like the dad, but her thing was she didn't know where he was, and the word on the street was that he had died. I think that's what she said. He had died. Either he died or was in jail. I want to say
now
but I know he was in jail for some time. But now he's like, so you mean to tell me, out of the blue, you just found this girl, and this girl is supposed to be my sister. So you if you found her, why didn't you know where my dad was? So she kind of got upset at the questioning from him. But it's like, you had to have known at some point this was going to surface. You had to have known that. So why? and perhaps him knowing his dad could have steered him in a different path and kept him out of jail. You see what I'm saying? So all this unnecessary drama that we as women, more specifically, baby mamas create because of whatever the reason is, it clearly has an indirect or direct effect on your child. Whether you see it or not, like they always say, kids watch you. They watch your every move. They can mimic everything you do from a very early age. And that really shapes them into how they look at me being all, philosophical and like like I got a psychology degree or something. Okay, Kira, you better get.
But I wonder in saying that, and then you see him as older, and I'm saying that because this person that's really close to me, but like his mom, all those years when he was growing up, and he thought the dad didn't care. He thought he had just left him. It wasn't. Every year he was sending him stuff for his birthday. She just refused to give it to him. That's
horrible.
And if it was money, she kept the money, but sent whatever back. And she married
Did she
somebody
give him the
else.
money?
No.
She kept the money to herself. Wow.
She was married to somebody else, and So that was the only one he knew as his dad, and in doing that, he didn't really know who he was. So then he as he got older and literally in his 30s, his dad tried to contact him because he needed a kidney. And he said, he's like, I don't really think it's gonna work because I'm not all black, and it's not gonna be a match. Either way you cut it because
did
of
he
my
ever check or no?
No, but I knew because of the ethnicity that it wasn't gonna.
So it works like that.
It can, but that can be how sometimes you're not a match. But I said he got one of the brothers to do it the first time, and he gave him his kidney.
So he's got brothers too. The dad has brothers, or his son had brothers?
No, the dad. The dad had brothers. He had no other kids, but the one that I knew, none of them.
That's sad.
And he didn't. But the thing was, he didn't want that one, and she oopity dooped on him and had it. So he's like, okay, fine,
So she tricked him.
Yeah. And then after that, he got hooked on drugs, but that was also because of something she did too with somebody.
Okay. Here's another one.
But anyway, everyone he found out. Sorry, we went to go. He had started talking to him. He died. We went to go check on him. Go to his house. He found out the dad had sent him money. I told you that he came home and threw it in her face. He sent the money to.
What did she say? What did she say?
Nothing, because he goes, I need this money. Found out she used it to pay to get her roof fixed, to do other stuff in the house, to do this and to do that and the other. Just because she's like that. And, Wow.
Yeah. Did they ever discuss it, or?
No, he really doesn't bring that up because then she tries to do all that crying and, at one point he started hitting me, but as soon as that happened, she left. But it's like, that's not the point. You weren't with him anymore. You didn't even let him learn to know him or anything else. But yet she kept in contact with him all the time. So he knew her phone number and she knew his.
What?
And it wound up the stepdad was actually jealous of the person that I know. He didn't say anything because he saw how, like, oh my gosh, she acted like her own son was her boyfriend. And was more concerned with him. Yeah, I know. More concerned with him than with what the stepdad had to say. I know that's so weird. But he wound up going to jail. And for 2 years, she sat in a room rocking herself when she had 2 other kids to take care of.
Oh my goodness. So she needed some help.
She needed to get over it because
she needed some mental.
But the stepdad was there, and she still had 2 kids to take care of. But she was so, oh my gosh, I didn't care about this dude anymore and all this other stuff. But oh my gosh, he's in jail. I can't do it. The kids got in gangs. They started selling drugs too, and all this other stuff. But it was like, you have 2 other kids to be responsible for and take care of, but you aren't even focused on him or your new husband. And he was totally useless too because he used to drink all the time. You know what I mean? So they just let these chicks do what they wanted to do.
Wow. And that really brings me to kind of think about the Crystal Lake situation. about the little boy who died.
Which when they buried wrapped in plastic.